Today on America's Court with Judge Ross.
What was the understanding between the parties in terms of, I give you my sperm, you give me what?
So I was paying him $400 per sample.
In my courtroom, it's about equity and fairness. Stop. Is that true? I don't want you to understand. I want you to overstand.
Yes, sir.
That's why they pay me the big bucks. Justice should be more than just some foreign concept. I actually want you to learn something. That's not gonna happen. Not up in here, not today. And boom goes the dynamite.
Fair, firm, compassionate. This is America's Court with Judge Ross. Sarah Klein claims she paid the defendant for 2 artificial insemination donations and says she failed to get pregnant because he ignored her instructions.
All rise. Remain standing and come to order. This court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Kevin Ross presiding.
Ladies and gentlemen, you may be seated.
Ms. Klein is suing Mark Peters in the amount of $1,200.
All parties have been sworn, Your Honor.
Thank you, Deputy Thomas. So you wanted to have a baby? Yes.
Yes.
You've been wanting for some time now.
Yes.
And you're already getting emotional.
Sorry.
That's okay. That's okay. Like I say to folks, you are in the VIP section here, and we will make sure you are taken care of. Okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
So what's the story? Because we are talking about you being disappointed.
Well, Your Honor, I think, basically I'm suing Mark today for breach of contract for
Yes.
$1,200 because he made 2 sperm donations that were not in good faith. They were unsuccessful, and I mean, I think it might have even been intentional.
You think it was intentional that he was trying to avoid giving decent samples for you to at least have the possibility?
I do, Your Honor.
Okay. You made a decision that you were going to have a child on your own.
Yes.
Okay. Any particular reason why you came to that decision?
Well, I've been dating, and it hasn't really worked out, but you know, I guess I stopped waiting around for Mr. Right and wanted to start a family.
Okay. How is it that you came in contact with Mr. Peters initially?
Well, we work at the same company. We
How
have
long
a mutual.
Have you been working there?
I've been working there for 6 years.
You've been there for 6 years.
Yes.
Mr. Peters, how long have you been working there, sir?
I've been there for 3 years, sir, Your Honor.
What was your relationship with Ms. Klein?
We have a mutual friend. She came to me and said she knew someone who wanted some donations.
We're talking about sperm.
Right.
Okay.
I had done so a few times in college, so I wouldn't have to eat ramen all the time.
So you got some children out there somewhere, huh?
Well, I think I might have 1 or 2. You know, I signed some documents saying I'll never know for sure.
And you've been okay with that?
Yeah. I'm proud of being able to help people start a family, and who can't always use some extra money, you know?
Okay. So once again, we have the issue of the almighty dollar factoring in for you.
A little bit.
No judgment. I'm just wondering. So the motivation for you was, if I can make a little something, and she seems to be not crazy or nothing weird here, I think I can do it for her.
Yeah, and she agreed, and I agreed. You know, I wouldn't have any parental responsibility or anything like that. So.
And after you met Mr. Peters, when did this process start of him providing you with samples?
About 3 months.
All right, and what was taking place during those 3 months?
I was tracking my cycle. I saw my doctor to make sure that I was perfectly healthy. I asked him to see a doctor to make sure his sperm was healthy as well. So it was just really a time of
Preparation.
testing. Yeah, exactly.
And did you check to see if your sperm was healthy?
I did.
Did you get a thumbs up?
All engines a go, yeah.
You ready to go, huh?
Yep.
Okay, so you ready to go, and Ms. Klein is like, okay, I think this can work. And before I get any further, let me back up. What was the understanding between the parties in terms of I give you my sperm, you give me what?
So I was paying him $400 per sample, and we agreed to
Where
do
did you
this.
come up with $400?
It was something that we had discussed when we had our initial talk. Our friend that had recommended someone who had done it before had a similar arrangement.
And around a similar price point.
Exactly.
Coming up on America's Court.
During that 2-week period, Mr. Peters, are you providing another sample for any reason? Or to
No.
someone else?
Not that I know of.
If you'll be in the Los Angeles area and want to bring your case to court, call 1-888-552-6878. This is America's Court with Judge Ross, Emmy nominated for Outstanding Legal Courtroom Program. America's Court is back with the case of Sarah Klein, who is suing Mark Peters for breach of contract.
And then the first sample's given. I would assume you transferred the money to him, no problems. You received the money.
Yeah.
And then what happened?
Well, I used the kit that I bought. That was $200. And
You can just buy this over the counter?
yes.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
So you buy this kit, and it will take the sample, and it then stores it in such a way that allows for you to be inseminated? Is that how it works?
It's a pretty short process. So he actually has to come over to my house because the sample needs to be used within less than an hour.
Oh, it's that short of a time frame.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, the timing is extremely important.
Oh, I see. I didn't know that. Okay. And he did that, so that way we don't lose any time.
Exactly.
Okay, and time is a premium.
Yes.
Okay, and so you go there, you provide the sample of your sperm, you leave, you do what you need to do, we don't get the results we want.
That's correct.
How long do you find out before you realize one way or another if the pregnancy or the fertilization of the egg is successful?
Just about 2 weeks.
Oh, it takes that long?
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you can check sooner with a blood test, but I was just taking at-home pregnancy tests.
During that 2-week period, Mr. Peters, are you providing another sample for any reason? Or to
No.
someone else?
Not that I know of.
Not that you know of.
I don't know
Okay,
what she
so
does
that
with her
leaves the
spare
door
time.
slightly open. All right. 2 weeks go by. Now, part of it, from what I understand, is the sperm is at its zenith when there hasn't been any sort of prior, right? I'm trying to say this in a way that, since we're on television, I'm not, we don't know if kids are watching, but it's all health, it's all science, right? And wasn't that one of your concerns, that you felt as though he was sort of, if you
Well,
will?
After the second donation,
Because the first one was unsuccessful.
the first one was not successful.
Were you able to get any sort of feedback as to why it was unsuccessful?
I just thought it was nature.
Okay, this happens.
Yeah, I know it can take some time. So after the second donation, I was getting a little bit more impatient and more excited. So I actually took the second times pregnancy test at work in the bathroom. And it's a bathroom that has a couple of stalls in it. And I actually overheard a conversation from some coworkers.
They didn't know you were there.
They didn't know I was in the stall. And I heard them talking about Mark trying to get me pregnant and laughing because he was sleeping with someone the day of the donation, both times.
Hard to hear.
It was embarrassing. And as we just discussed, a sample isn't going to have a high volume or quality of, the sperm motility is going to be bad. The the volume of the sample is going to be poor. You have to abstain from ejaculation for 72 hours prior to the insemination. Otherwise, it's not going to work. So that's why I think it might be just, I don't know, intentional. It's just been a year of my life wasted. And I'm not in my 20s anymore.
So you are seeing Ms. Klein here in front of all of us. What are you thinking right now?
Well, for one, she didn't give me any kind of contract. We very briefly spoke over the details.
That's the first thing that comes to mind for you?
How am I supposed to remember all of these rules that she's setting up, right? Do you remember every conversation you have with every person, every little detail? I had asked her for an email.
Maybe I would have some memory if we're talking about creating life. I would imagine that's a conversation that would certainly stand out for me. But before we even get to the contract, though, you're sitting there sharing with other people at work?
Not at work. Not at work.
Well, she's at work.
I went on a date.
You work at the same place, and you're telling people about her private business? Why would you do that?
So I went on a date with Jennifer.
Who's Jennifer?
One of the girls that she overheard talking in the bathroom. And, we had a couple drinks after a concert, and she was sharing details about, her childhood, some more traumatic ones. And so I thought it was a safe space to share intimate things with each other. But I guess...
you said to her, yeah, I'm trying to get Sarah pregnant.
I let her know that I had donated some sperm in college, and that I was doing it again for Sarah.
Coming up on America's Court.
So you're telling me the next day after having sex with Jennifer, you provide her a sample of your sperm?
Yeah.
This is America's Court with Judge Ross, Emmy nominated for Outstanding Legal Courtroom Program. America's Court is back with the case of Sarah Klein, who is suing Mark Peters for breach of contract.
Now the question is, after you went on that date, when did you provide the sample for Ms. Klein?
It was the next day.
I'm sorry?
The next day.
So you're telling me the next day after having sex with Jennifer, you provide her a sample of your sperm?
Yeah.
Okay, you've been a sperm donor. Mm-hmm. You had to have been told, you got to wait a certain amount of days before you provide a sample. And you knew that, and obviously it was successful because you were able to produce some children that you don't even know about, right?
Yeah, I signed a contract.
You knew that. And you don't feel as though you owe her anything.
I did exactly what I specified I would do.
We don't have a written contract.
I have an email that I sent to him that detailed over what we discussed.
Mm-hmm. Let me see what you got. Nope. Oral agreements are enforceable. They are contracts. I just want to thank you again for agreeing to help me with this. It really means a lot. As per our discussion, here's what we agreed to, just so we're on the same page. $400 for each donation. You'll provide additional monthly donations at the same rate until you're able to conceive. This is a strictly donation arrangement situation. You won't have any parental rights or responsibilities for a child, financial or otherwise. See, even the whole thing, because we're not just talking about you getting pregnant, but we're also talking about the whole issue of rights, obligations, and responsibilities for a child.
Coming up on America's Court.
It's amazing how the universe works in terms of why certain things that we want really, really badly, God, the universe, Jehovah, whoever says, maybe, but not right now.
This is America's Court with Judge Ross, Emmy nominated for Outstanding Legal Courtroom Program. America's Court is back with the case of Sarah Klein, who is suing Mark Peters for breach of contract.
And this is an email, as opposed to having someone sign and notarize it. So we don't have any issues down the line. Does that make sense what I'm saying?
Yes, Your Honor.
And I said this before on one of the other cases. It's amazing how the universe works in terms of why certain things that we want really, really badly, God, the universe, Jehovah, whoever says, maybe, but not right now. Or no, because there's something that I'm working on for you in the future. Does that make sense what I'm saying?
Like it's a blessing in disguise that he's not the father of my child?
That part.
I'm going to have to
All caps,
agree on
exclamation point.
Yes.
Why did it happen this way? What was it that you were supposed to get out of this experience?
Wisdom, right? Wisdom.
Insight. But maybe this person's and their genetic makeup was not supposed to be the person that was going to fertilize you. So the issue at this point is, are you entitled to the $1,200? And the $1,200 represents what?
So it's $400 per donation.
So that's $800.
Plus $200 per insemination kit.
Okay.
Judge Ross's verdict when America's Court returns. This is America's Court with Judge Ross, Emmy nominated for Outstanding Legal Courtroom Program.
Based on the evidence and the testimony before this court, the gavel is going to come down in favor of the plaintiff. The question is, how much does the court feel as though she's entitled to? We don't have any indication of the first time he provided a sample, whether or not there was the ejaculation prior. So we don't know. So you're not going to get the $400 for the first one. You confirmed what you did with the second one, so at a minimum, you're going to pay that $400. The $200 for the kit the first time? No, ma'am. The $200 for the second time, well, if you're entitled to the $400 for him failing to exercise a reasonable duty of care in terms of offering you what he promised you, then that $200 second kit was a waste of money. So I think you're entitled to both. So I'm going to split your cost in half. And as opposed to you being sad, maybe you should be relieved. Judgment in favor of the plaintiff in the amount of $600. That is the order. Case closed.
All rise.
Judge Ross has ruled in favor of the plaintiff. The defendant has been ordered to pay $600.
Any final thoughts toward each other? Okay, now we can step out and sign some paperwork.
This has been a production of Allen Media Group.